Okay, I'm going to jump into the call today. And again, we're going to go over some of the new things that came out in our latest software release. Hopefully, you've all had a chance to kind of jump into the tool and poke around and see these features. But if not, I'll be showing you where they are today and kind of how we imagine some really great ways to use them. So first up, our short answer questions have always been in our tool, but they kind of have a facelift. Now you can actually require or ask your employees to upload an image, a video, an audio, or any other file like a PDF file with those short answer questions. So we'll go over that. As well, hopefully, a lot of applause for auto assigning checklists. So, especially with weather alerts and things like that, now you can actually set your checklist to go out as a reminder to fill out those checklists at a certain day cadence. And then as well, hopefully, a kind of feature that's going to allow things to be a little smoother is now you can actually replace certificates. So if you accidentally upload the wrong one, we can show you where those are today too. So first up with those images, videos, audios, and those files on short answer questions. So there's no more guessing or going back and forth with emails, no like asking people to email you, proof that something's happened, things like that. Now you can immediately get those results right inside of Ving. And then again, like we talked about, there's no more of that manual assigning. Now you'll be able to actually auto assign checklists based on a day's function. So if it's a weather alert, and you notice that this week is the entire week is going to be really warm. So you need a reminder to go out every single day. Or if it's a monthly fire extinguisher checklist, things like that, you can do every 30 days. And we'll show you where those are. And then again, hopefully one makes it just a little bit easier and less of an admin headache. You can now replace those auto-generated certificates. So if our tool auto-generates a certificate and you actually want to upload a custom one, you can. Or if you just accidentally, human error, upload the wrong one, now you can replace those as well. So a little less talking, let's jump right into the tool. So first up, we're going to start with the checklist. Now, of course, courses have short answers as well, but checklists are kind of one of those most common areas where you're needing your employees or your viewers to send you information back. Often this comes with things like a job site inspection or a vehicle inspection, looking into equipment, things like that. And you need somebody to be able to send you information back. So you want to ask them a question, and then you want them to say, hey, I need you to send me a picture, a video, a file, anything like that. So first up, we'll jump into the create area. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. When you come in here, you're going to click short answer. And of course, you can put your short answer in here, but you'll notice there are a lot of different options down here below. So as always, you can require that they, you have two different options in each of these different areas. You can allow them to do something. So they're allowed to submit text, which you can actually toggle off. If you only want them to submit an image with no other text, you could do that. So you have the option, like, are they allowed to submit text? And are they allowed to submit a file? And then you also get the option if they have to. So for example, if you want to require them, so the only way they could submit this checklist is if they actually put text in, and then you can require or not require. So like, is the file or the image optional? So if you want to require and force them to have to put an image in, so if you're asking them, to inspect a vehicle and inspect the windshield, and they have to prove that the windshield, like with a picture of it, you can do that here. You can also require or allow them to upload a document, a video, or an audio. So you have all of these options here, and I want to show you kind of what that looks like. So when you jump into these checklists here, and we'll jump into ladder inspection. Once someone has submitted a checklist that has an image or a video option, you actually are able to see those images or the files that they've sent right in the tool. So you don't have to download any sort of reports. You can come in and you'll see that there was an image attached to this submission. So you can just click that image and you'll be able to see exactly what they uploaded. And again, you're able to get to that area by default, whether it's a course or a checklist, you're starting here on the overview, and that's kind of the overview of that entire course or the overview of that entire checklist. And when you come into the specific short answer question that you asked for a file, you'll see that file linked right here. As well, you can also get to it on that PDF report. And I have one downloaded and pulled up here. And you'll see that on that PDF report, it generates all of the questions in the checklist. And again, this works the same on the course side as well. But on your short answers, you'll actually see the image itself. And if it is one of those other files, like a video or an actual file, there'll be a link here so that you can actually click to that link. As well on the export, and just the export is this one over here. So when you're exporting these analytics, you will have this, again, this is your overview page, but if you come down here in the spreadsheet and you go to the question that has that short answer response, that one where we're asking them for a file, you'll see a link here as well. So if you need to go through lots of different links, you can always do that here in an export. Again, you have the PDF report if you need to share this out to somebody and it needs to be in a more like cleaner format. Or if you're just looking for you so you can see what the issue is and then assign it out to get it fixed, you can find those files right here. Again, you can do those same things on the course side. When you're creating a course, we're going to bypass this title screen. When you get to the question set, all you want to do is click short answer. And when you add a short answer question, you'll get all of those same options. Again, whether or not someone's allowed to submit a certain thing, a text or any of the file options, or if they actually have to. So to be able to move on from this test, they are required to answer. And then you can just toggle like which of those are they allowed to do. So that's our new short answer. And now you're going to be able to have your employees sending you those files back. Next up is something that's always been talked about. And I know hopefully a lot of people, feel free to put in the comments if you're excited about these things, is our auto assigning checklist. So let me show where you can do that. So again, a lot of times we always get asked about like weather alerts. If you guys have a week where it's like going to be really cold or really hot or whatever it is in your area. Or if you have something where it's just a daily checklist, you know, every time at the beginning of a shift, you need someone to do a checklist. Maybe it's a monthly fire extinguisher, whatever the situation is, there is a repeatable timeline that people need to do the checklists. And so the way you'll do that is you can actually come up here to click share and then invite. You'll put the name in of the person you want to invite and a message if you'd like. There is a new repeating icon next to the send. So you have all your normal options. You can send it right now. You can schedule it in the future with this drop down arrow. Or if you click this repeating in, you can actually decide how often it gets repeated. Again, do you want it to go out every day? Is it something that's maybe just once a month? Obviously 7 days would be once a week. So you can kind of set that there. And then what that will do is every single day, week, month, whatever set of days you select, we're going to send an invitation or a reminder to those people to do that checklist at that cadence. And especially when it comes to your weather kind of stuff. So let's say if you're sending a checklist because of the weather, you can always come in here to your schedule and you can see by this little repeating arrows icon, which of these scheduled invitations are a repeating one and which one is just a one-time. So this one here without those repeating arrows, this one's just a one-time invitation. And then this one here is the repeating one. So I could come in here and revise it, right? Maybe this every 1 day needs to be every 7 days, things like that. Or you can just delete it. Maybe the weather is going to be nicer and there's no need for that repeating reminder anymore. And then finally are our certificates. So let me jump over to the course area. And if we go into one of these courses, you will notice down here in the right-hand side, and I'm going to zoom in for us, there is this replacement icon. Again, it's those two arrows, but if you click on it, you actually can replace the uploaded certificate. So let me zoom back out again and show you that. So this one here, this little certificate icon, that one actually gets you the certificate, right? You can download the certificate, you'll have access to it. If you need to switch it out, maybe you guys have a custom certificate you want to use in a certain case, or maybe you just accidentally uploaded the wrong certificate. You can simply just click the replace certificate icon and then upload the corrected certificate there. Okay, so that's our software release. The last bit of our software release, the three big things were short answer questions, got a huge facelift. You can now send images, videos, audios, and files back from viewers back to the admin. Auto assigning checklists, and you can replace certificates. So I'm going to jump into the chat. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put those in the chat there so we can go through kind of our Q&A session. Okay. So we have a few questions that came in. Let me pull these up. Is there a limit to the number of images that are attached, or can they put in both an image and a video in one answer? So per each short answer, your employees will be able to upload one item. So if it's a image or a video or things like that, if you need them to upload multiple, you'll just want to do multiple short answer questions and then asking for those specific items. When we're setting like what is allowed, you're saying they can kind of pick. Like if you want someone to say like, hey, show me proof of the broken ladder, then all you want them to do is say like, you don't care if it's an image or if it's a video, you just need proof. But if you do need like, hey, I need an image, then just ask for an image and only require an image. And then on the next question, say, I also need video, and then, ask for video. With repeating, can I set an end date? For instance, daily, but at the end of the summer, or wanting it to end at a certain date. So you can't set an end date. You can set how often it goes out. And then like we mentioned, it'll appear here in the schedule screen and you can just delete it or edit it if the frequency needs to change. With replacements of certificates, is there a history kept then? So is there a history kept? Whatever certificate. So if you replace the certificate, the old one will be removed. So if you don't want to use that replace certificate, if it's like a year over year thing, if you need history of it, what you'll want to do is actually just go in and assign them again. So what I mean by that is you'll come in here, and if everybody has a certificate, right, and we need a new one for 2026, you won't want to use that replace icon. You'll want to just come in here and click assign, and then it's going to make a new line item for that person, and you'll have the new certificate uploaded there. And that's going to give you a great view of when they did it in 2025 and when they completed it in 2026. How will I know when the image has been uploaded successfully into the short answer? So there actually is a little message that will tell you that the image has been uploaded successfully. Let me pull one open. So we'll pretend like we're a viewer here, right? And you'll see this image icon here. And when you select the image, it'll ask you to pick a file, and you can pick files that are on like a desktop or a tablet, or if you're on a mobile device, you can do that, but they'll actually see a green like image attached. And then obviously, because not all the answers are submitted, it's not green yet. And then once everything that you've required is filled out, you can then submit it, and then it'll appear on the admin side. Is there a time limit on the video that may be uploaded? So there is no time limit or file size limits or things like that. Obviously, always with any sort of media tool, whether it's Ving or otherwise, our tool doesn't limit you on what you can upload, though there may be like, internet hiccups and things like that, or sometimes tools will sort of like, or certain types of devices will max out at certain sections, but Ving is not limiting you on the size of the file, the video, or the length, or things like that. Can employees use images and videos from their phones? Absolutely. So you can actually, if you're on a mobile device, it will all function however your mobile device functions. So for example, I use an iPhone, and when I upload or go to upload an image, it actually presents me the ability to either record an image or record a video or capture an image, or upload one that already exists. So whatever your device is, whether, it's a Google Pixel or an Android or a phone, whatever the normal like interacting with an image or video file load situation, whatever that normal thing is, that's what's going to happen. So with checklists and when an admin resolve something, will the image or video go away? No. So when you resolve a checklist, and what they're meaning is on a checklist, if someone submits something and there is a flag, when you click it and the little resolve button shows up, you'll still have access to it. So like this one, for example, has been resolved and the image is still there. So you'll still be able to see that. Okay, sorry, we had a few more questions. When uploading a photo, can they take a photo directly or do they need to upload it? Oh yeah, that's okay. So just kidding, just answered that one. So yeah, on mobile devices or I say mobile devices, but this would be the same on a tablet, right? Like a laptop and a desktop kind of interact a little bit differently, but a mobile phone or a tablet of any size, if there's an option to like, if it presents you with an option, you can record or capture or upload something that already exists. Same goes with audios. Like again, I'm going to speak primarily to an iPhone, but on iPhones, there typically isn't like a record audio device. The iPhone prompts you to do that in like a tool in their tool, like voice memos, but then you can upload the voice memo. So it's going to interact. So if if you have a Google Pixel or an Android and those devices allow you to like upload audio, like record and upload directly in other tools, then you should be able to do that inside of Ving as well. So it's going to interact the same way that it would commonly in other tools, just to make it easier. So your viewers hopefully don't have any new interactions to learn. They should all function just like normal. How will videos show in the report? Yeah, this is a great question. So obviously a video can't really display inside of a PDF. So you'll actually see a link there. So it should be a clickable link as well, but you should be able to get a link there. And if it's on the export, so when I say a link, I mean here. So images, we show you the actual image, right? Videos and those other files, audios, literal files like PDFs, if that's what you're requesting from someone, there'll be a link there so someone can access the file that way. And if it's on a spreadsheet, all of them will appear here like a link. So that way you can share those easily. Okay, so saying this is super cool. For daily inspections or job site reviews, the ability to have this visual document is super powerful for our use. Yeah, absolutely. So some super common areas. And I'd love, like, if you guys are thinking about some other things, feel free to throw those in the chats, like how you guys might use these tools. But obviously one of the most common things that we've talked about is inspections, whether that's inspecting a job site, inspecting vehicles, and those sort of equipment inspections, checking things in and out. Sometimes when you're trying to just track where equipment is, it'll be nice now to say, like, show me a picture of what the equipment looked like at the end of the day, so you can kind of track where things might have gone wrong or where they went right. Okay, I'm going to leave open for a little bit longer, see if anybody else has any other questions or comments. I always like to know, has anybody had a chance to use it yet? Has anybody jumped in to use any of the 3 new things, whether it's those short answer questions, the auto assigning checklist, or the replace certificates? And not just if you've had a chance, but if like any of the 3, which one are you guys most like excited to use? And we'll let this go just a little bit longer in case anybody has any questions. Will this recording be? Yes. So this recording will be available after the webinar. As soon as it's done, we'll upload it to YouTube, but we'll also email it out to you guys as well. So you'll have a copy of it if you missed the beginning. So right, to make items checklists available to where teams can access them on their own without being sent to them. So they just need it to be sent to them once. So as soon as you assign a checklist to them, viewers have access to this area. And so they'll see a list of everything that they've been invited to. They'll also see a list of everything they've submitted, but you can actually kind of load their invite here. So what you can do is when you're coming in here, just like on the course side, like if someone would need access to all three of these checklists, you can come in here and schedule it out. And then in the emails, just say like, hey, we're giving you access to these three checklists. They need done daily or something like that. Or if there is like a cadence, you can do it individually with that repeating feature, right? But as soon as you assign it to them once, they'll have access to do it however often they need in the checklist tool. With the recurring checklist option, will it overwrite the previous checklist that they did? No. So the way that checklists work, this is a submissions view. So every single time someone submits it, they are on a new line. Whether so like you don't actually see it. So on the course side, you can kind of see like every time someone's been assigned something, right? In this checklist side, you're only seeing submissions. So you will only see however many times someone submits it. And it will not like overwrite the previous one. You'll see a new list there. And then as well, like we'll always have articles being updated in our support area. So if you don't know, you can always get to our learning center here in the top right-hand corner. And then all of our support articles are here, or you can always email us too. You can always email me directly, or you can contact support there in case you need anything. But just so you guys know, this is here as well in case you would need it. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad you guys like it. Okay, it seems like we're coming to an end. I'm so excited that everybody is loving it up. As soon as we're done here, we're gonna get this posted so you guys can rewatch the recording if you need to. Otherwise, I hope everyone has an amazing day. If you do have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email or chat, and we're happy to help. Have a great day, everybody.